Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Let me give you a little. It's not as clear some days. Let me give you some pool footage too. See the butterflies? Sometimes dragonflies are out. You always can hear the birds. Might see a lizard or two. Take a look. Oh, there's a butterfly. Take a look at Jack's Mountain. I said on Saturday, I said Jack's Hill, but that was incorrect. Jack's Mountain. Well, it's kind of weird. Sometimes they call mountains hills here in Kingston. But it's a mountain. It's a full-grown mountain. Even up in the clouds, it's a mountain. It's mountainous. I'll just give you a little something. This live today is really just kind of I'll stand over here because I'm normally sitting down for the lives. This live today is just a conversation for those of you who drop in and stay. It's an experiment and a conversation. I'm working with my different times to see if early works for people better than later. But yet again, it's kind of for me just to get on here and be on here. So those of you who are just scrolling through, I hope you stay. But if you don't, either way, I'm going to keep on talking. So, I titled this live, You're More Than Just a Job, because at this point in my life, I'm really kind of glad that I didn't ever settle on any of the many jobs that I've had. That's the thing, is that I always knew that just a job wasn't God's calling for me, for my life. And it wasn't because I felt like I was better than a job. And it wasn't because I felt like I couldn't do the said job. It was because I said, God, you have more for me. You've put more in me than just a job. And so for those of you who are out here, I don't know if you're with me because you have the free time to be with me, which rock on. It was a confirmation honk out there. I don't know if you're with me because you may be on furlough right now, which I'm praying for you, and I'll come back to that. You may be with me because you're retired. That's what I'm formally retired from being a teacher, being a classroom educator, being an administrator. But the truth is, God retired me from four walls. God retired me from the four-wall teaching. God was like, the whole world is your classroom. So really, I'm retired from teaching per se, but I'm not retired from education. I will be an educator for life. I'll be a teacher for life. But that comes in many different forms. That looks like many different things. And so anyway, irregardless of why you're with me, and you may just be with me because you may be like, well, I'm in my cubicle and I don't know what I'm looking at. Been there, done that too. Even though the monitoring now is a lot more stringent than it was back in 2002. So, but anyway, let me just kind of do a little job recap, because a lot of people see me now And they're like, oh man, you're living the life. You're living the life. I actually, I love this. She is a coach. I don't know what her formal title is. She like a coach, prophetess, encourager. Yeah, confirmation, little puppy, wherever you are downstairs. But Mika Star, I don't know if Mika is the correct pronunciation, but Myka Star. She has these videos and she get in your she be like, you a star, blah 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 blah. You was not blah blah blah, because it's really empowering. And every time I see her videos, I'm like, yeah, Mika, that's right, that's what's up. But she had a post not too long ago that said, if people see you up, it's because they don't know you been down. And I was just like, that it hit me so tough. Yeah, I'm up now because I've been down. I've been down. And now it's the upswing. And so many of us, we've been down. We're not one hit wonder. We're not overnight success. There we go. Some of us are one hit wonders as overnight successes. But I'm not one of those people. I'm a many hit wonder. Thanks to God. To God be the glory. But yes, I'm up now because I've been down. And so many of you all right now who are with me, and some are coming through me. Yay, thank you for those who are coming through to stay with me. You're more than just a job. My first job in high school was a paid intern for the state university. So I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee. Any of you who are in Tennessee right now know the weather's crazy. I send my love out to you, especially my Knoxville, my Chattanooga people. But I'm from Knoxville, and I had a paid internship in at UT Knoxville, in the agricultural department. And that jump was so funny because, like, the thing was, I knew I wanted my own money. But my grandparents they blessed me. They gave me an allowance, so I didn't have to work. But I was like, I want my own money. I'm 15 and I want my own money. And everybody was like, well, paid internships are the way to go for smart children. And so I was top like 1 and 2 in my class at that point in time. And so I was like, okay, well, let's do this. Well, there were only 3 spots available for all the people who interviewed. And the ag one was the one I wanted the least, because even though I know some people love their pet babies, and I'm not knocking you, if you have a pet fur baby, hey, love that baby, treat that that's your calling, just like I love plants. Side note, let me give a shout out to Bambi. Bambi's like, oh, you talking to folks and you didn't let folks see me. You let them see every plant outside, but you didn't let them see me. My bad. It's Bambi the bamboo. Oh God, but yeah, I was like, I don't want to be with the animals. Animals not my thing. I was really afraid of dogs and cats. And I've just now kind of gotten out of that within the past 10 years, really. 12, 13 years, give or take. But I was put in the ag department and I was like, yuck. And I ended up working with piglets, of all things, in the farming part of the campus. But what I learned was I had to give it a shot, and I ended up loving it. I loved my advisor. I can't remember his name. Dr. Matthew. I think his name was Dr. Matthew. Was a great dude, real cool. Confirmation. Shout out to Dr. Matthew, Alan Matthew, I think. Shout out to him wherever he is. My co-workers were awesome. They were all clearly adults, but they were cool adults. Like, they were really inclusive. They didn't make me feel like a child. They pulled me in. UT actually took pictures and put my picture in the brochure to send out to people, which was a little bit of shade because technically I wasn't a student, but they needed the optics, as most places did before it was shut down, cracked down on DEI. Well, DEI, my bad. So anywho, long story short, that was a great experience because I gave it a chance and I was able to just have fun and lean into it. So if anything, what I learned from that was be open-minded and give things a chance. So I did that. Next job, the next summer, I was like, I'll do the same thing. I got hired on to be a in the spot. Oh, hey sister. Yay. Thank you for joining. Hi. It's us as always, but that's okay. Like I said, this is an experiment. And so we'll see how this time frame goes. Anybody else who's coming through, come on through. Sister, I gave everybody a view of out here. I'm gonna pause for the calls and I'll give you the AM view too. The sun came out some more. The skies have turned bluer. The skies have turned a little bluer because at first when I gave the view a few minutes ago, it was looking a little gray and overcast. But I told everybody that it's Jack's Mountain, not Jack's Hill. I was excited on Saturday and I was like, it's Jack's Hill. They'd be like, hill? Who hill? Who got a hill? It's a whole mountain. So I was like, let me put that out there. Jack's Mountain. Yeah, it is beautiful. I woke up, like I said, I was like, it's a beautiful day. Let's do it. Let's get it today. Let's get it today, sister. So anyway, the next summer, as a paid intern, I was put in the arachnids with the spiders. I'm not against spiders. As a matter of fact, I kind of preferred it because I was like, well, I don't mind fooling with spiders. Over the piglets. I didn't mind doing the spiders over the animals. But I got in and my heart wasn't in it. My heart wasn't in it, and I was in a field observing spiders in the heat of the day. My advisor was super nice. She was amazing. Had won all these awards all over the country and the world for being this spider observer. And we would look at the webs. Like to this day, I do admit that I am fascinated by spider webs from time to time. Not the spiders themselves, even though I appreciate them. But yeah, looking at spider webs is really captivating at times for me. But we were in this field and my heart wasn't in it. And then we would go back to the lab and I would feed the spiders in the cases. I would feed them frozen fruit flies. And you'd have to count them out. And I bet you like I was, like, frozen fruit flies? Yes, Drosophila. I don't know, my Jeopardy brain kicked in. I think that might have been what we called them. I can't remember, but I had to count them out. Thank you, sister. I had to count them out. Teeny tiny, minuscule fruit flies and be like, 1 fruit fly, 2 fruit flies, 3 fruit. And I just was like, man, is this what I'm trying to do with my life? I'm trying to be in a lab counting out frozen fruit flies to feed to spiders. No, not for the kid. And then, as homeboy says, and then my advisor, she ended up getting Lyme disease. She got bitten by a spider and got Lyme disease. And she was like, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out of commission for a couple of days. I'm thinking, sis, you about to be out of commission for some minutes. Go sit down. I told my grandmother and anybody else who would listen. I said, oh, they never should have told me that old sis. I literally was like, oh, that old sis back there, old sis, who is the expert in dealing with the spiders, got bitten in the field. She got bitten by a tick. Got bitten in the field by a tick. And she got Lyme disease. And I don't even want to be here. Yeah, no. So I skedaddled. I skedaddled up out that thing real fast. And my grandmother was fine. She was fine because that meant that I was back at home in the summertime to be hanging out and chilling with her. But my grandfather was just like, you know, we tough things out around here. And he didn't say he was disappointed in me, but it gave disappointment vibes. And so I was just like, well, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And it wasn't like last summer where I felt like I could thug it out. And so he was like, It's nice wallpaper. I mean, he wasn't feeling it, and I think something in that made me internalize that. Like, okay, you got to do the things that you don't want to do, even when you don't want to do them, as it relates to a job. So I took that into my mind, which maybe I shouldn't have, and moved on. Went to college. In college, I didn't. No. I forgot about my. Wait a minute. Psych. Let's rewind. So then, my senior year, I wanted to have Christmas money for everybody. I want to have spending money, and so I had a classmate who his family owned a few of the sports apparel stores in the city. And so they were like, hey, come on, let's come be with us. Come have fun with us. And so shout out to Sports Seasons, to the Stewarts, Matt Stewart, Luann, thank you. Cause it was fun. And so I did that for the Christmas that I wanted the money. And then I came back for something else. And it was great. It was a total difference from the spider internship. And while I didn't necessarily see a life of retail in my future, because I just didn't want to be a cashier, I didn't want to do retail because money and stuff then, not now. Money scared me, like handling money and counting money, and I'd be fumbling at the register, and people were like, well, you don't have to work at the register. You can go do other stuff. Yeah, yeah, but I don't think I wanted to be bothered with people like that. People not always, they are my ministry. They are my ministry, but they not my ministry sometimes because I don't want to be bothered. But nevertheless, it was fun and I liked it. And it was like, okay, well, I can do this. I can work a job. It's not that I just give up on things that are hard. I just didn't like that job. So, anywho, fast forward to I went to college, and in school, I kind of had to work, but I didn't have to work. I didn't have to work in the fact that I was on scholarship. And so my father at that point in time, he was a state worker. He worked for UT. So I had my scholarship, and then he also had his discount. And so it kind of worked out. It did work out. And I know kind of. It worked out in our favor. But then there hit a point in time where my father, and I can say it now as an adult, having had my own life, I don't want to call them crises, but having had my own adult phases. My father went through a very existential crisis, and it was a crisis for him. And he kind of lost the essence of who he was. And so he didn't want to pay for anything for me. He had ample money, had plenty of resources at that point in time. He just didn't. He wanted to go back and do things that he wanted to do. And he's no longer with us in the body. He is in here in spirit. And I have talked trash to his face in the physical and in the spirit realm. So he not gonna come back creaking doors on me. If you do, okay, Stefano, okay. But nah, I did express this to him. But at any rate, in college, I did end up taking on some jobs because I kind of wanted the extra resources. And so I did work some more retail for Lane Bryant. Yep. And then I just was like, I don't know if working is for me. Some people, when they heard that, they were like, what you mean? What you mean working isn't for you? Working's for everybody if you want to eat. And then, of course, you got the church coming in, no work, no eat. But at no point in time did anybody ever say, what is it that you feel God has called you to do? Nobody. Now I will give it to my second mom, my stepmother. She did at one point in time have a talk with me like, well, what is it that you feel like you would be best at? What is it that you kind of like to do? But she knew me like everybody else knew me. I grew up doing all of the things that I can do now as a master of, many, many, many things, master creative. I could do those things as a child. I painted and drew very well. I was an award-winning artist in middle, elementary, high school. I could sing very well. I was in state choirs and, singing, doing solos from 18 months old, from a baby. I could sing before I could talk. I was a speaker. I was an orator. I was a lecturer in church. The student like, of course, if I grew up Catholic, so of course in church you have the lectors, you have the people who actually read the scripture for the mass. I grew up reading as a child in the student-led masses. So all of the things that I can do now, I could do them as a child, and I enjoyed them. But the thing was, I did hear my grandparents' voice in my head, even though at that point in time they were deceased. But I heard them say, the arts and stuff is not a job. Like, that's a hobby. Being creative and stuff, that's great, and you're amazing in it. That's a hobby. It's not a job. It's not for real people. And so when my stepmom and I were having this conversation, I automatically dismissed the creative side of me, because I was like, well, it's not a job and it's not for real, and people don't get paid for their hobbies. Which, fast forward close to 30 years later, we're all trying to get back to getting paid for for our hobbies. Because that's who we really are. What we do, what we enjoy on the side, that's who we really are. It's just that the world, see, my watch even confirmed that. The world and others who are afraid and aren't quite there yet to say that's who they are. But the hobbies and what we thoroughly enjoy, that's who we are. And that's really part of our life's purpose. That's part of our mission in Boot Camp Earth. And so anyway, I had dismissed it. And so I told her, I said, well, I, don't want to be an attorney, because I think at that point in time I had, no, I didn't. I hadn't declared it yet. I was about to declare poli-sci pre-law. I was like, oh, I could be an attorney because I am articulate. That's sad. I'm articulate and I am a thinker, and I don't mind being an attorney. And it sounded really nice because my uncle was a surgeon. And so that was like everybody's thing. Was like, okay, well then we'll have a surgeon and an attorney, like the Huxtables. And so it became a thing. But I repeat, nobody was like, but what do you want to do? What is it that you want to do? What is it? We see that you're excellent at these things, but what is it that you want to do? What is it that God has called you to do? Your purpose for your life. And at that point in time, in college, most people don't know. I went to school at 17. Hey, friends, thank you. I went to school at 17. And so most 17, 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds don't know what the heck they want to do. Clearly, because as adults, like I keep saying, a lot of us are just now getting to the point where we are fully embracing who we are in the direction of where we feel like we should go. And so that was my eye-opening experience to people weren't ready to just say, do what you love. Do what you love. Do what you love. Do what you love. God will make a way, because if you love it, there is a purpose in there for you. And so that's just the early part of my life. My time that I only allot a little bit of time, because what I see is clearly I'm a talker. And I know that Rick Rock does reward those of us who are yappers, which I've been delighted by that comment. I can be a yapper. It is not necessarily my favorite. Like, I don't necessarily go to being a yapper, but I don't mind being a yapper because God's put a lot into me and I've experienced a lot in my life. And so I'm just like, okay, yes, do what you love, message. That's right. That's right, friend. You've seen me. You've seen me go all around Robin Hood's barn, as the old people, as the elder sages. Let me fix that up real fast. As I just turned 46. Next thing I blink and the children be like, oh, Miss Jackson, your dog old. Anywho, as the elders used to say, you've seen me go all the way around Robin Hood's barn to get to where I am now. Do what you love. Do what you love. And so that's why I'm here. I'm only gonna yap a little bit longer. God's given me a lot to say, but I'm not gonna stay for a long time. I'll just come back. Like I said, I'm experimenting with time frames, so I don't know if early works best for people or later, but I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna see. Because ultimately, what I do know is this: you are more than just a job. And whatever job you have, like I keep saying, do it to the best of your ability. However, do understand, if that's not what you choose to do, if you're doing it for the paycheck, big ups to you, because clearly been there, done that. If you are at your job or on your job because you just don't know what else to do, then I encourage you to sit with yourself. I encourage you, if you are a person of faith, I encourage you to have that hard talk with the Holy Spirit, with God, our Creator, and ask, what's your purpose? What are you supposed to be doing? And how can you do it in the most efficient but fun way possible? Because if we're going to be around for a while, you want to do something that you're going to love. And then it won't be a drag. Then it'll just be you doing what you love and getting paid for it. And if you like me, I throw in highly, extremely highly compensated. That's my thing now. I'm highly compensated just for being me. And that's what I encourage everybody else to rock with too. I'm highly, highly compensated just for being who God created me to be. I'm just out here rocking as my Creator made me be. And I'm highly, highly compensated just for being Keela. And that's my prayer for you all, is that you're more than just a job. You are the amazing, incredible gospel of you. And you, everything that's in you, are needed in this time and space. You're needed for this moment in time. Exactly, for being who you are. That's the goal of being here. That's right, friend. That's the goal of being here. So you're more than just a job. Like I said, I only covered to college. But wait till y'all find out some of my other jobs. Jesus. I was a child support caseworker, getting cussed out every day. The lessons from that. That was interesting. I learned a lot. Let's see, I was you just have to come back. You just have to tell people. Like I said, I will be having more lives now. And thank you. And so I plan to share some more. I want to encourage you, and those of you who join me, I want you to fully understand that I'm here and I'm here with you. And those of you who are passing and scrolling through, who just joined, I'm Keela Jackson, also known as the Master Creative or Master Creative KJ on socials. And I am an empowerment coach. I do a bunch of things, but the thing that I love the most is to empower others and to encourage others so that everyone knows that we can do it together. You can do it. You're not alone. I can do it. I'm not alone. And if we do it together, then we go further. We go further together. And so, welcome. I hope you come back. I hope you join me. I hope you repost. I hope that you share with people. I hope you invite people. I hope you take a look at my profile and see that I got a huge catalog at this point in time of different things. And so, yeah, I appreciate you. Those of you who just came in, y'all know I love you. I'm gonna give y'all one little last peek of, oh, that's my teacher. Hold on, that's my teacher alarm. Thank you, teacher alarm. But I love y'all. I'm gonna give y'all one last good peek of Kingston in the morning. Kingston in the AM. Let's see. Oh, wait, my bad. Bambi says, hey, Bambi the bamboo. Bambi was like, oh, you showing everybody else, but you don't want to show me. You be showing the stuffed animals, but you don't want. Okay, I digress. So here we go. Early day Kingston. So I hope that brings some joy to you. I hope that you all take that into your day, and I take it into my day of gratitude, because if I felt like I was just a job, I never would have been in this moment in time. That butterfly just flew right by. Confirmation. So you are more than just a job. You are the amazingness of all of who you are. You are the incredible gospel, good news of you. And so I'm grateful that you're here with me. And I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. And Bambi said, hey, see, Bambi, you got some followers, Bambi. You got some followers. Bambi's like, appreciate you. Appreciate you, folks. Oh, but y'all have a great day. And if it's cold where you are, stay bundled up. And I love you and I appreciate you. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next live. Let's see. In live. Yes.